What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Mike Rock Uncensored. We're just going to jump right into this. You know how every time something the conservatives do or the Republicans do gets blamed on Trump that the Democrats don't like or the liberals don't like? Well, I heard something on YouTube. I think it was a YouTube short, and I couldn't believe I had to do the homework because with everything going on right now, with Kamala Harris coming out and saying that she was against, she's trying to fix the border problem or the border crisis, I came across something that's happening in California that I'm sitting there like, how do you say you're trying to do one thing when everything else you're doing says the exact opposite? California lawmakers get ripped after already approved, $150,000 down payment handout to illegal immigrant home buyers. And then when we scroll down, I don't want to look at the video. The Democrat-controlled California legislature has passed a polarizing bill that would make the Golden State the first in the nation to offer down payment assistance to illegal immigrant home buyers. We don't even have to go into the details of it. It's happening. It's already happened. And we're just waiting for, I believe, Governor Newsom to give the final approval for this bill. The only thing I keep trying to bring to the people's attention, the people who matter, us, you, everything the Democratic Party is doing right now is not to help the people. It's only to steal your vote. And that's it's a steal. They are stealing your vote by making you believe that they're going to do something that they have no intentions of doing. They are lying every chance they get because they knew if they stood on business, if they stood on their values, their principles, nobody in their right mind, at least very few of us, would actually vote for them. I honestly believe that if people actually knew, if they actually stopped believing the lies and opened themselves up to the fact that they're being duped on a regular basis, they're being treated as the dumbest people on the planet. If they would just open themselves up to what's going on and start doing the research, the only people who would actually vote for the Democratic Party at this point are the diehard Democrats and the people who don't care whether this country gets destroyed or not. If you care about your families, if you care about your rights as a parent, if you care about this economy and gas prices and grocery bills and your rent and everything else, you cannot honestly look at what's going on with the Democratic Party and be okay with what they're trying to accomplish. You want to sit up there and try to tell us that the border crisis is a problem that you're trying to solve, but then behind our backs, you're going to offer them up to $150,000 in down payment assistance for undocumented immigrants. That's what they're calling them, undocumented immigrants. They're illegal immigrants. And you're going to give them our money, taxpayer dollars, to buy a home, but still try to convince us that you're trying to get rid of the problem, that you're trying to provide an actual solution to the issue. You're buying their votes. You're giving them a home. You're giving them a reason to be here. You are stealing the votes. You're stealing and rigging the election. Stop. That's the biggest problem that I have with the Democratic Party. They are lying every chance they get. And I know even a lot of Democrats are coming out right now and they're saying the problem that they're having is the authenticity behind Kamala Harris's campaign. It's not authentic. And the reason why is because they don't have anything to stand on. They have done everything in their power to destroy this country, period. Now, you notice that up until this moment, I haven't said anything about Trump. You want to hate Trump because of what the picture that the Democratic Party has painted on him? Fine, hate Trump. But Trump is one man compared to everything else that's going on in this country. Kamala Harris can't do interviews because she gets called out. That CNN, if you watch this last CNN interview, they said, hey, in 2019, you said this about the border bill. You said this about it was something else that she said, but she flipped it. She said, well, since 2020, my values have not changed. And it was about fracking. It was about the border crisis, and it was about fracking. And if you don't know what fracking is, it's basically the ability for them to drill here in America for oil. That's just the short version of it. And if we were allowed to drill and we were allowed to get oil from our own resources, we wouldn't have the debt that we have right now. They want to convince you that we stopped doing it because of this whole climate change issue and these climate change policies that they're trying to implement, but yet we're still buying oil at at higher prices from foreign countries. Some of them are hostile foreign countries like China. We're buying our oil from other people when we could be producing it ourselves, selling it to other people, and get ourselves out of debt. Now she wants to say that she won't ban fracking, but you've been against fracking all up until you decide you had the ability to run for president. Your values have changed. Your your values have changed like your ethnicity. You're Indian when it benefits you. You're black when it benefits you. You support fracking as long as it benefits you, and that's only as until you get the vote. You're trying to create solutions for the border crisis, but you're allowing Governor Newsom to give illegal immigrants, undocumented immigrants, up to $150,000 in down payments for housing. Now, I'm going to ask the question, but I don't really think this is a solution either. Why aren't you offering that $150,000 down payment to people who actually pay their taxes, to the citizens of the United States that actually need it? Why aren't you offering the same thing to them? Why is it only available to illegal immigrants who haven't paid their taxes, who don't deserve it, who are committing a criminal act? You are rewarding people for committing illegal acts, criminal acts. You guys, man, we have to wake up. This isn't about Harris. This isn't about Trump. This is about what's good for us. And Kamala Harris, the Democratic Party, the people who have been there for decades. If you guys think that Kamala Harris is actually the one that's going to be running this country, you're out of your mind. It's the people who have been in office for decades. Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, who's out of it, who's no longer coherent. Obama, who's new to the scene, but he's been around a while. It's those people behind closed doors that are making the decisions for this country. Kamala Harris is just a black woman, a puppet for the show. And I'm going to close with this. Have the Democrats tricked you into hating a man so much that you were willing to negate what your family needs, that you're willing to ignore what this economy needs? You're willing to ignore what we need to do in order to strengthen our country and how we present ourselves to foreign countries, and to just fix what's going on wrong right here in our own backyard. You're willing to ignore all of that just because the Democratic Party has convinced you that this man is the villain. The one thing about Trump, and again, do your homework, do the math. Trump has been consistent. Trump was trying to fix the border issue when he was president already, but they want to convince you that he's not the solution to the problem. He is the solution to the problem. He's been consistent with the economy issues, with the border crisis, and the only thing that messed up his presidential his time in office, it wasn't because he didn't care for his first 3.5 years and then only created new policies or introduced new benefits to the people when it was time to vote. It was because of what happened with COVID, something that affected the entire world. Kamala Harris is supporting everything that Joe Biden has done, but then she wants to turn around and say, we need something new. You're absolutely right. But you are not the something new. You have been here in office with Joe Biden, who you support 100% for the last 4 years. It is time for something new. And the people are the ones that matter, not the politicians, not the celebrities. It's the people. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. If you guys are enjoying the content, do me a huge favor. Hit the like, subscribe, and follow button so that we can start creating our own solutions. We can start having these discussions with the people who matter, with the people who are struggling and suffering and who deserve better than what we have now. You guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys again in the next video. Peace.